welcome to Northern Farms. In this series, I'm going to start a new farm from scratch and try to build it up over 2 years into a thriving farming enterprise. How far will we get? Let's get farming. So we're down at the shop, and this is where we're going to start our farming journey here on Northern Farms. I'm really excited about this. This map is by my good friend Simulation for the Nation, and I've been waiting to crack into this for quite a while at this point. Now we're going to be setting the time up to 10 times, so we're going to be moving fairly quickly on this series. We're going to be starting at 1 day months, and before we get too deep into this series, I want to show you the settings that we've got. So we've got a 10 times timescale. We're running on normal difficulty to give us just a little bit of boost starting from scratch. We have seasonal growth on. We got 1 day per month. We've got snow on. We have all of the other realism stuff on. So crop destruction, periodic plowing, fieldstone, and weeds, and everything else is exactly where you would expect it to be for this type of gameplay. So I want to start off by popping into the shop and grabbing ourselves our first piece of equipment. And that is going to actually be in the sales. A Massey Ferguson 8S for 99,270. It's got 10 hours on it. And this is going to be the perfect tractor to be running most of our farm on. And so the setup I'm going for this actually takes it up to 114,000, and that's 114,270. We've got the Massey Ferguson 8S 245, so that gives us 245 horsepower to play with. We've got Michelin tires on it. We're going for the anniversary edition of it because I love the grey panels on the side. And the only other upgrade we're going over the used is we're going to get GPS installed because that will make our lives a little bit easier. License plate. As always, we're going to pick somebody at random from the producer level patrons, and selecting somebody at random, we've got the Thefisherj. So I'm going to go with FI54ERJ for the number plate. The 4 is a little bit of a stretch for the H, but I think that works really, really well. So we're going to go with that number plate, and then we are going to buy this tractor. Now, this is pretty much the only thing we're going to buy today. And the reason for that is we need to buy our farmland. And the farmland we're going to go for is the main farm on here. It involves fields 8, 9, 6, and 5. We've got a good spread of crops on here. We've got wheat in 8, we've got carrots in 9, and then 6 and 5 are both grass fields. So if we go with that, it's farmland ID 2. It's slightly down. It's a good mix of loam and sandy loam, though. Oh, and a big wodge of silty clay. So let's buy that, and that is 348,264. So to get started today, that leaves us with 37,466. But if we go back to here and have a look at what we're going to need, I think our wheat is already ready to harvest. So let's get a trailer, a combine, and get back up there to start some harvest off. And the combine we're going to go for is the class Lexion. We're going to go for the Lexion 740 here. Michelin tires with the crawler track. Cover is version 1. The only other alteration we've got the Europa style one. We've got GPS on the roof because we've added GPS to the combine as well, and we've got manual discharge turned on. Picking somebody at random from the producers again, we are going to be giving the number plate to IONut Andre Pavel. So I've gone with IO12 Nut, which I think is a really great number plate for this. We are going to go with that, and this, because we're not going to be using the combine for very long, we've only got 1 field, we are going to lease this harvester. That is by far the most expensive leasing we're going to have to do today at 11,918, so we'll lease that. And to go with that, we're going to need a header, so we're going to go with the Class Combo Flex 1080. We will lease that as well. No actual customizations for that too. And to get it back to the farm, we are going to need a header trailer as well. So we're going to go with the Nardi N6035 to do that too. So we'll lease that as well. And finally, we're going to need a trailer to cart the grain. We're going to go with this Red Rock 20-ton trailer. This should fit perfectly on our tractor. And in fact, the Red Rock trailer in black, I think looks fantastic on the Massey Ferguson's tractor. We don't have enough money to buy this outright, so we're going to lease this as well for £1,195. One final thing I need is just a weight for the front of the tractor, just to balance things out. So we will buy this because this isn't going to cost us too much. And that leaves us with a nice little bit of money. 19,555 left, and we've got a brand new combine ready for us to go with, and our second-hand tractor with a Red Rock trailer. Now, we do have the damage system on here. Inspection required in 12 months, current damage is 4, so we are going to have to get this scanned at some point. We will do that in the next little bit, but the tractor will be out of action while we are doing that. So plan is to get it to winter and then do the scanning and checking and everything then. Let's see if we've got follow me on here. We do. So we are going to follow the combine. We're going to put it at 50 behind, and then we can get this convoy back to the farm. It is already 20 to 11 in the morning. So we really need to get moving here, because otherwise we're going to find we run out of time to get our harvest done. Before we continue on the farm, this video is brought to you in partnership with the awesome people at Apex Gaming PCs. I've teamed up with Apex Gaming PCs to create a custom line of PCs suitable for everyone from beginner farmers to virtual farming experts. And the highest spec machines are also perfect for streaming and content creation. Apex Gaming PCs have dropped the prices on almost all their products by 30%, so there's never been a better time to go check them out. This class combine is a really excellent mod. You can see the little air freshener just bouncing around there. I really like this. It should work really well for us. Now, the biggest problem I'm going to have is getting this header in that field. From here, this might be a little bit of an issue, so I think we're going to have some moving around to do. We might even have to go into our yard. We only just managed to get this combine through here. Oh, in fact, this may not be quite so difficult because we do have an open gate. We're going to lose some crop. There is no way, I don't think I can get this in here without that. So we're going to have to drive on the crop to do this. And we want to take the widest angle coming into this field that we can. So I'm going to pop out here, and you can see the issue I have here with this header is that I'm going to have to try and maneuver it back a little bit to get it as wide into here as possible. And these gates opening into the field like this, while it makes it easier initially, I am having to pull the wheel round, but we're in. And actually, that's not too bad. As I said, we are destroying some of the crop. Not the end of the world. And as soon as we get the tractor here, we can pull this header trailer out of the way. So we will attach our header like so. Back it off a little bit. And yeah, we're not quite clear of the gates. In fact, can we close the gates here and make moving this out the way a bit easier? I'm not sure we can, actually. Will that miss the trailer? That will miss the trailer. Fantastic. So let's back this off. And then I think the easiest thing for us to do is unfold our harvester. We'll connect up everything here. Do we have, yeah, that's everything. Let's see if it'll start up. Yes. And yes. And with the header then. And away we go. We're going to make straw in here too, because we really are going to need that. So let's switch that over around the end of the header trailer, and away we go. We just need to do a little bit of clearing up with the tractor. In fact, we need to stop the tractor following at this point, which it has. I'll reverse it off, and then I can get everything going with our harvest. This should be pretty good. It's already 11:30, but I think we're gonna knock this out with this harvester pretty quickly. The yield on our first field is not great, but it should at least give us a good basis. What we really need off here though is straw. Part of what is great about the main farm on here is not only do we have access to chickens and sheep here, but we're gonna have cows as well. So this is gonna be the farm that I have with the most animals on it for quite a while. And I'm pretty excited about that. It's been a while since I've done a lot of animals on in one time in a playthrough. So yeah, we're gonna get chickens, we're gonna get sheep, and we're gonna get cows. We do have the option of horses here, but I find horses to be very time consuming and end up not paying very well. So we're not going to do the horses. We're probably going to convert the horse field actually into another field for doing grass on to feed both the sheep and the cows. So that should be quite good. What I'd quite like to do on here is hay pellets. If we can get straw harvest working and get hay pellets going, that would be really good. As I said, all the straw that we have on our fields here, I think we're going to need for doing bedding for the cows. So I'm not planning on doing that, but I am planning to see if we can do hay pellets, because they store quite easily compared to the hay bales themselves. And I've closed the gates and we've got the trailer out the way. That makes things easier for us. Also, the way that we've had to do this field to begin with makes it very easy for me coming around and turning to do the second headland, because we want our auger out. In fact, we are fairly close to having a full tank at this point. So let's go into here and get started on this second headland. That way, by the time we reach this corner, we should be able to get the auger out and unload our combine. And we've got manual discharge on the combine, so pulling our trailer under won't immediately get it to empty. But once we jump back in the combine, I'm going to lift the header up and we'll empty it out. And we should be able to see this emptying then. Yeah, in fact, there it is. I have to lean forward a little bit, I think. But yeah, it's emptying, so that's all good. So we want to get this all emptied out. We've got about just under 9,000 litres that we've emptied. And this trailer will take 2 full combine loads before we need to go and tip it somewhere. I think we're going to have to tip it on the floor in our shed. Now, this being a start from scratch series, we do already have a £200,000 loan. I am looking probably to borrow more money. I mean, we've only got 19,000 left, and that is not going to be enough to get all of our animals set up. So we are going to have to borrow some extra money. I will lease where I need to, and buy where I can. So it's going to be one of those series where we have quite a bit of investment, especially in the first year here. And we try and get as much set up as we can. We have lease to own, so I'm probably going to hold on to the combine for now after today. And in fact, it might be worth us trying to take on a couple of contracts over the next couple of months with this combine. So we'll see if we can do that as well. For now, though, yeah, fully expect that we're going to be increasing the loan we have on here and trying to pay it off as quickly as we can. With the headlands done, what I want to do now is cut into the field, and given the width of this field, I think we can probably cut in straight and go with it that way. So straight up here like this. This is slightly off center, which is where I'd quite like to be. So we'll set ourselves up to be going at 0 degrees. We will activate the GPS, and I'm gonna set A plus heading. Our heading is 0, so we'll set that. We then want to do the width automatically, start us off and drop it down, and now we should have an easy time of getting the rest of this field done. 60% full. Looks like we're going to be emptying out probably on the next return. I've got a hired worker just working here to do the emptying on this row. We'll pick the combine back up at the other end, and I've just got a little bit close to the combine. Our auger actually on this combine, as you can see, is not that far further out from the header there. You can see it's not a huge gap that we have to maintain. So if we get too close, it is going to cause issues. We are only 2/3 full though, so I think we can get another go out of this combine with this tractor and trailer. I get the distinct feeling from the yield map that the best land on our farm is not in this field. That is quite a low yield that we're getting off here, and that really suggests that the yield for here, or the land underneath, is either silty clay or the loamy sand that we know exists here. We're going to have to adjust things ever so slightly, because it looks like the hired worker wasn't perfectly online. Oh no, it's not too bad. I think we will be okay going through here. But as I was saying, this definitely looks like a lower yielding part of the field, and so as a result, this is very much looking like all the good land that we have is in our grass fields, the other side of the farm. We're all but certainly going to be able to fit all of this in one trailer, which is actually pretty good. We can hold on for a while until we decide what we're actually going to do with it, which is great news. It means that we can get some in to feed chickens early on next time, and I think the animals are very much going to be the focus of our farm for the second episode. Getting them onto the farm and getting them sorted. As I've said earlier, we do want to get chickens and sheep and cows on here, and if we can get grass work started next time and this straw baled up, that is going to go a long way to us getting them set up. Certainly the chickens are going to be the first animals we get on here. We've got the feed for them, and we can get them set up very easily. Last little bit of wheat, and it's not been too bad. Looks like 10 tons a hectare is roughly what we were getting off here. That is not bad at all. So let's turn off the header. We'll turn off the auger, turn off the thresher and get the auger out. And if I've got my alignment correct, we should be nicely over the trailer, which we are. So let's empty that out, and then we can go and do something about it. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll put this down, we'll let that empty out, and while that's doing, let's go and have a look at the chickens. So this is our chickens patch here. Now, I am not 100% sure how we are going to get the wheat from over there into here. How, because this here is the eggs area, this here is the feeding trough, and this here is a gate that doesn't open. So let's see if we can get some chickens. We won't get too many for now. We will buy them matured because we want them making eggs straight away. We can take 60 into here by the looks of things, although it says 100. So I'm going to start off with 30 and a rooster to get us going. So, yep. And buy 30. Yes. Okay. And we will get a rooster as well. We don't want 30 roosters. We just want the one. There we are. We'll buy that as well. Right. And now I've just got to work out how to get these fed. Interesting thing is, I thought I had the space in this trailer, but because we are running a more realistic thing and we're going with max weight over max capacity, we can only take 80% in this trailer. So we'll just drive this up here and just see if we get any kind of tipping ability here. Oh, we don't. So we are going to have to find another way of getting feed in with our chickens. That is going to be quite a challenge, I think. For now, what I'm going to do is take this trailer here, and we have an area that I think we can tip stuff into on the ground. And that is if we bring this in here like so, and then spin our tractor and trailer round, we should be able to get this into the right place. I think getting a windmill on here that will allow us to process our grain, or possibly just a silo to do it, is going to be a good way to go. Quite a tight yard here for some fairly big equipment that we're starting with. But that doesn't faze me. I think that this is quite a good way for us to go. Especially if this tractor is such a good all-round tractor. We can, if we feel we need to, put a front loader on this. But I think I'd like to have a telehandler around the yard instead. And then just back this into here. Yeah. And this will do as a good storage for us for now. We are going to need, though, to get this out of here before we get the carrots. Because if we're going to have somewhere to tip the carrots on the ground as well, that is going to be an interesting thing. So, yeah, lots of stuff to think about. Lots of stuff to try and work out on how to get this farm to work the best for us. But I think things are going to work out well for us. We have got off to a great start here. We've got this field harvested. We have plenty of stuff that's going to keep us busy around here and help build the farming empire that we have. And I'm just going to unload the rest of this, get this tipped as well. Then I think we're in a really good space. So with that emptying, that is where I'm going to leave it for today. Come back next time. We're going to get involved with the animals and get them properly started and try and work out where our, how we're going to get those chickens fed. That is going to be a really interesting thing. For now, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.